Body and welcome to High Playing Games. My name is Simon, and it's everyone 2018 day. Okay, that's the end of my annoying YouTubing moment. I promise. Alongside me, as we are both the Formula One Failcast geeks, is Mr. Esther Ben. How are you doing, good sir?
Buenos dias. It's doing really good. I got a bit of a head start on you this year. But I am chomping at the bit to see what path you take and how you handle this new gaming experience.
Indeed. So, my postie literally delivered this through my letterbox about 20 minutes ago. It's just finished installing patch 1.04. For people that want to know any of the stats of stuff, it's a 35 gig immediate install with a 9.8 gig patch. I didn't check to see whether that patched over the 35, but in general with PS4 games it never does. Oh, hello! Yeah. Excellent. I like my stuff bright. Okay. Oh, driver creation. Now I'm excited. We choose an avatar. Is that Anthony David? No, it's not. I thought it was for a second.
I believe some people have had their faces scanned for this, though. And apparently people like Matty Gallagher and stuff are hidden in the game in various capacities.
Oh, okay. Hello. I don't feel like there is anyone that looks vaguely like me at all this time. That's annoying. Oh, maybe that one. Okay. Helmet time. This feels
I'm
like
sure you'll see what I mean already with the fact they haven't really given you a lot of scope.
No. So I'm going to go with that because I feel like that has already taken... Oh no, it's not, has it? That used to be... Oh yeah, I don't like it. This needs to be... There needs to be more of this game. Detail 2. This used to be... So that used to be... I'm trying to recreate my old one because last year it carried over and that was fine, but it doesn't seem to have bothered this time.
I was going to say that with the pink, purple, and yellow. That's all about the U.
It is. Yeah, that'll have to do for now. Okay. Other. Oh, British now. Is there United Kingdom? And have they... See, Welsh. Naughty. What a weird selection of countries. Hong Konger?
That is actually the correct term, believe it or not. It's one of those ones that sounds a bit offensive, doesn't it? Like
it
Spaniard.
Does. I would have really thought if I'd have gone, you're a Hong Konger, Wong. Oh, no. That's not what I meant to say. A Hong Konger wronger, not a Wonger. Oh, God, this stream's been taken offline already. Now, Bottas already has 77, the little rascal, so I go for 92, which was my GPVWC title. Simon. But I see what you mean around the helmet stuff. I feel like there's just a few designs and then nothing's really kind of dived on with that.
I mean, the thing that bothers me is that there are games on the market that allow you to upload custom graphics already. So
Yes.
Like the sport games, for example, like all the EA sport games, you can upload your own face and map it onto a model. I wouldn't necessarily want that because you're wearing a helmet most of the time anyway, but I don't know why you can't upload your own helmet graphics.
Mm-hmm.
Give us a template, download it to your PS account.
Yeah.
Because, you can add custom graphics to games like the WWE games, the wrestling games. You can
Yes.
upload your graphics in different resolutions and place them wherever you want and stuff, and I don't know why here you can't do it.
I like that there's some names of GP2 drivers in here. Not all of them, though.
There seems to be some very weird, like some names have been left out that you think would be in.
Yeah.
And names that you wouldn't expect to be in are there. So for some reason, there's
Rose?
what was it I saw? Oh, that was it, right? McKinnon, but not my own name, McKinley. And there are way more McKinleys in the world than there are McKinnons. And at first I thought maybe they're going by which names are most common. They've just checked.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem to be the case. I mean, like there, Vanderberg.
Yeah.
That's there, but Jones isn't. I don't get that.
Very strange. Very, very strange. Okay, I don't like the extreme amount of modelling effect on that picture. That really bugs me. Okay.
No, it doesn't look good, does it?
No one looks flattering in that light at all. Vettel looks like he's like about 55 with those eyes.
I was going to say, right, if you took him out of those race overalls and put him into like a check shirt and a brown waistcoat, doesn't he look like a religious studies teacher who's been arrested for being a non?
Yes, he does. That's quite scary. So you've got your usual
Come to
championships.
Jesus, child.
Events, which will be normal downloady bits, time trial, multiplayer. Okay, right. Game options. Sorry, I'm going through the generally bits and bobs just to kind of see how this works, because what some people were saying was that that's fair way if you've got posh things. Yeah, because you can have the mini map or you can have the full map, and whether or not it rotates. Driver tags. I'll leave the proximity markers on because the AI is angry this year.
The mirrors aren't great either.
No, because aren't they on the default views? You can't really see them, can you?
Correct.
Never mind. Onward. Right. Now, I still don't really know what I'm going for.
This is good. This is why I'm logged in watching you right now. I'm going to put my stream on in a little bit, but I'm desperate to see how you choose your career and how you settle into the new game.
I don't really
I can give you my
know.
setup as well if you want it.
No, that's okay, thank you. Why, Renault? Why do you have to be so competitive?
But to me, I mean, like that is your home. It's your spiritual home in this game. It seems odd that you're not going to be there, but I understand why you wouldn't want to start there, just because it doesn't leave you much place to go.
No, unless I put us in a development corner hell and then we end up bottom in like season 3. but yeah.
Apparently, the McLaren is a real piece of shit. Even though it's halfway up the rankings, people have been saying it's utter garbage.
Do you know who
I've
we've
driven
not...
the Toro Rosso. That's the only other car I've driven, and it handles nicely, but it's lacking straight line speed.
I'm gonna go for Williams.
Good boy.
I think.
Good boy.
Yes. Oh, now who do I want to have as a teammate?
Eyebrows or the angry Russian? I mean, the thing is, no one's ever caught TB off an angry Russian before, but that badger looks like it bites.
That's true.
Do you know what? The only thing I don't like is that they can't use the Martini branding. Because I don't think the race overalls and things look as good without the Martini red in there, but...
No, they don't do that.
That's a minor criticism, and it's not Codemaster's fault.
No. Oh, I'm sorry, this is probably painful to watch. Right, Williams, and then I'll have Sergey as my teammate because I think Lance Stroll probably hasn't really been born yet in the real world. Okay.
But I mean, like, you don't have to rush this decision. I mean, like, there's also, Force India are in a strange position as well, and you've got, McLaren's still a reasonable option, I think, but.
I might. Yeah, that's a good point. Do you know what? Yeah. All right. Let's dive back. Fernando's had a fucking enough. There we go. So I will go up against Stoffel the Waffle. And this will be Fernando has had some kind of meltdown at the end of 2018. Everyone has gone, Jesus Christ, we're going nowhere near that team. And yeah, that will mean that they've had to pick up a random rookie because Lando Norris has even gone, nah, mate. Okay, flashbacks are definitely on. Vehicle damage 4.
I have simulation, but I may come to regret that.
Oh, I didn't spot simulate, sorry. Good, I'm glad you said that, thank you. Safety cars on. Corner cutting. I'm going to stick with regular because we know what my corner cutting is like. Manual starts, obviously. Okay, assists. Driving Pacific. I see, now I always go for elite, but then I put traction control back on medium.
I'd hold that thought. I'd try medium, but see how you get on.
I feel like you've got a knowing tone in your voice.
It's a spicy tamale, my friend.
No, in for a penny, in for a pound.
It's a savage garden.
And I've gone for 95 because the reason why is that I done my career mode last year on 90 and I felt like I was... Australia is actually one of my weakest rounds against the AI because the AI is always really strong in Australia. So I might show extra rubbish here, but it will play out better after this. He says. Well, I like the misting effects.
Yeah, definitely. I think they have taken some steps in environmental art that are really paying off, actually. And I do like the design of the paddock. I hope it's a little bit different for each one.
Oh, she's a bit scared.
She really does look far less terrifying. Although she's still got big hair, and I don't think that helps.
Let's save the questions for a proper interview, shall we? I'm sure you'll have a lot more to talk about once there's been some action on track.
But they've...
I think we could fit you in after FP1 if you're free.
That works for me. I'll grab you the second you finish on the track.
Remember, the relationship you have with the team...
You see what I mean? Like, the lighting on her face doesn't look weird anymore.
Yeah. And also, you saying about the big hair, the depth of her hair actually has depth to it because beforehand it was just like they plonked on some weird text mapping on top, so her hair looked like they chucked some noodles on.
Here we've got access to all kinds
hello.
of information, including car
Oh, hello.
weather,
Now you're going to meet Carl.
hardware, the list goes on. Plus, we've got a direct link back to the factory, so we're in constant communication with the team there. We need you to regularly feedback about areas of the car that are lacking and help us direct our resources in the most productive way. More effort here equals a quicker car, so it's well worth the effort. Good luck this season.
Thanks.
Oh, make us all look good, okay?
Bit too cheesy for my liking, mate.
Bonza, mate.
Oh. Hello, Stuffle.
Welcome to your new team. McLaren are one of the most
Watch him giving you the stink eye. Ericsson was looking at me all askew.
in the past few years. They demand
He's got demonic eyes.
all areas of their organisation, and they'll expect you to
Yield to Satan, little boy.
lead for the first race.
I like that Emma actually says different things for each team, because what she said there was different to what she said to you when you was in your Subra. Look at... If I can zoom in on it. Oh, I thought he's like, no, I don't want to be in this car this year. Sob, crying on the table. Hello? Right. McLaren, that is a Ron thing. A McLaren branded everything. I'm sure this is the same for every team area, but it's just, I like the little details. McLaren. Right. Let's have a go at the workstation. What have we got here?
Here you can see the pertinent details about your current contract. On one side are the objectives and bonuses that we've negotiated with the team. On the other is information regarding how you're perceived throughout the paddock, your reputation with the current team, and your overall value to them, which is a combination of these elements.
Thanks.
Winning rivalries is a great way to earn respect from your team and around the paddock, which will help make it easier to negotiate favourable contracts. Your first rival is always your teammate, but you can choose who.
So while you're setting this up,
Yes.
I have just seen a picture on Twitter from the press conferences, and Otmar, the new CEO of Force India, was giving a press conference, and his teamwear is covered in what looks like duct tape covering up certain logos with other logos on top of them.
Amazing.
So, like where the Sahara logo is, he's got a sticker for Claro.
Oh,
And it is a sticker. Yeah, I've zoomed in. It's an actual sticker.
love it.
Oh, legality.
Oh, here we go. Weekend tyre allocation. The tyres will suggest you to provide you a quick overview. You are free to alter the preset loadout to match your driving style.
See, I think that's unfair because you don't know your driving style yet. I'm surprised they haven't brought back that young driver test or shakedown feature from earlier games, to be honest.
Yeah, because that used to be quite interesting to work out exactly what you couldn't do. Anyway, right. 600 messages. Sorry, my bad. Zach Brown, welcome to the team. Oh, Zach doesn't look like that. He looks more like Arnold Schwarzenegger in that photo. Crossed with Donald Trump.
Get down.
Ah! Go to the chopper. Carl, who looks a little bit like Toto Wolff.
Get to the chopper.
Yeah, exactly. She looks like a Russian. Gets to the chopper. Goals. Oh, one clean race. Fuck you, Emma.
Quite a lofty goal they've got for you there. No wonder Stoffel Van Dorn is the benchmark.
Yeah, God. And it's supposed to be easy. Damn you, Moose. We're going cloudy, so it's not driveway free. Why is there no practice weather? Bit weird. Let's go.
All right, young man, let me see what you got. I have to say though, like I am loving the game, and like watching you play it now, I'm noticing things that I didn't notice when I was presenting it myself, and it is a good-looking game.
There is a extra
really is.
sheen to it this year, I think.
It does
hey,
look like
Tom.
it's been refined and optimized.
Yeah, definitely. Tom's saying, get ready for this the practice tests over and over and over. Oh, I can see what you mean about frame rate in the garage.
Yeah.
And that shimmering effect on the rear wing of the Williams when it comes through on the stream.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Roman looks a bit feral.
He's been living in the woods.
He's been
No
doing
one
a
will
Bear
have him.
Grylls cookbook. Okay, I like that. Right. Oh, I'm not liking the blue alongside that orange. Oh, it feels really claustrophobic. Oh. such a visceral
It is
feeling.
jarring, isn't it, that colour scheme? But you do get used to the halo. I found it really doesn't bother me that much. And yours, I don't know if it's just perspective because I'm watching your stream on a
Mine
laptop.
looks
But
thinner.
yeah, I was going to say, you look like you've got a thinner front mounting point.
All right, Jeff. Oh, car setup's in here. Okay, right.
This is...
Sorry, go for it, mate.
No, I was going to say, I was interested to watch you navigate the menu because the menus aren't exactly intuitive.
They're not where they were before either, which is very confused.
Much confused. Such inconvenience.
Very well. Oh, shut up, Jeff. I've been in here 30 seconds and you're already demanding things. I love you, Jeff, but shush. Right, I'm going to go out on a... Oh, yeah. Yeah. Drive out. I don't trust myself. Hello there. I shall try, Tom. I shall try.
Oh, hello.
I just want to hear Crofty shout, Smith! as I throw into the barrier. Right.
I like your steering wheel. It's nicer than mine.
So I'm going to go around in different views because this feels... Oh, hello. Oh, beep. Oh, I like the tick for DRS. Very cute. Okay, how's this feeling? Okay. So...
Wow, you're way more under control through turn 5 than I am. Already.
Okay. So what else have we got around here? This feels quite planted, actually. Oh, the extra DRS done.
See, I freaking knew it. That's what I said to you on Twitter this morning. It feels more like a Simon game than a Ben game. And I can tell I was right looking at you now. You look way happier than I was.
Okay.
You don't even look like you're having the drift out in corners as well.
Right. I can't even see what the gate is. Oh, it is. I tell you what. It's a camera view thing. As soon as I'm in cockpit, Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, I'm not... Ooh.
I've never seen you do a cockpit lap before, so I'm interested.
It might be my last.
I know you did a good line to turns 3 and 4.
This... Oh, I'm not keen. Maybe it's because I'm... Oh, do you know what? This is making me feel a bit car sick.
That's not good. You should switch camera views then, mate. It's a long stream today. I don't want you vomiting into a bucket already.
First drop it of the day. Well done, Schmiffy. Yep, coming out of that corner. A wonderful... You can really feel the suspension travel through the wheels, actually. That's really, really good.
I'm so glad that you lost it at least once, because I would have felt a complete fool if I was losing it like 5 or 6 times in my stream and you were just planted and clean from the start.
Oh, missed turn 16. Right, let's go again.
You missed the second DRS as well.
I'm having to really. My eyes are drawn to that centre pillar. I can't help it. I how long did it say it took you before you kind of your eyes went past it?
About 4 laps. Because I realised that actually I should be looking slightly to the left or to the right of it, and eventually I just adapted to it, and it doesn't bother me so much now. I mean, I'd still prefer it if it wasn't there, but
yeah.
I can drive with it. There's some corners where it messes me up a little bit, but I guess that comes with experience. It's certainly not as bad as I feared it was going to be. But yeah, you've got the same problem as I do as well. The mirrors are basically fuck all used to you.
Yeah, because I'm not going to be doing that, thank you.
But you are doing way better than I was out of the gate. I'm impressed, actually, mate.
There you go. Right. And I'm not changing anything on diff settings or anything like that whatsoever.
No, that's why I'm even more impressed, because your lap times look okay, and you're don't seem to be having problems with under or oversteer that I can notice.
I just wonder how fast I am. Right. Oh. Right, so how's this going with the tyre temps and stuff? Oh, that teach me to try and look down at the comments on a non-straight. Cool. I'll have to. Okay, thanks for dropping in, Tom. Let's have box this lap.
You have the same. You have the same issue I was having with your front left, but not to the same extent. If I didn't know better, and I don't, it looks to me like you're better on tyres so far.
I've got a trophy from humble beginnings. Right. Okay.
For some reason, YouTube is censoring the standings.
It's when a trophy comes up.
Well, I am going to pick up where I left off. I'm going to go for the Australian Grand Prix.
Excellent. And for those people who like to have 2 streams going on at once, where can they find you, good sir?
It would be twitch.tv/definitely0.
Okay. 1.9 seconds off of Ocon.
Let's see how stable my internet is when I'm streaming and watching and all the other stuff.
Wow. Okay.
Why is it giving me the option to simulate my race? I don't think that's encouraging. Save your pain, mate. Save your pain. Right, let's see how the pre-race coverage is. I wonder if I get interviewed here by Robot Lee McCaffrey.
So just the 2 different types of cameras for live view. Okay, fair enough. Right. Let's continue with
all complete. Mechanics, please stand clear. We're ready to go.
I appreciate the DRS beeps. A lot. Okay. Oh, now I'm going to hold up Gasly anyway. Ah!
He keeps talking about Anthony Davidson, but I've never heard him speak yet. It's like, thanks for that, Anthony. Shut up, Anthony.
Ah, poor Ant. Everyone's favourite midget, but not really.
Hamilton's got a grid penalty already.
He was hashtag blessed. With the wrong engine! I do like that the drivers are colour-coded on the mini-map. That's a good improvement.
I agree.
'Cause that's helpful to then know who the hell I'm supposed to be racing. Alright, let's try this fuel management, see how we get on.
I'm afraid the race strategy options are not so helpful.
No?
No. There's a 2-stopper or a completely pointless 3-stopper that yields no benefit I can think of. So I suppose let's see if I can do a warm-up lap without binning it. To lean into the screen here now. Put the camera up my nose.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to be absolutely chicken shit through the first lap because I've not driven in anger against a full grid of AI yet, and I'm concerned about what is waiting for me going into turn 1. But I'm starting 11th rather than 12th because of 2 grid penalties. That's a pretty good start for my first race.
Oh, I forgot.
I'm on a harder tyre than people around me. Everyone seems to be on ultras. I've got Hamilton behind me, so he's going to monster me off the line. My heart is actually in my mouth. I'm super tense.
Well, I'm not doing the fuel mileage particularly very well.
You're staying in cockpit view. I'm surprised because I thought it was making you feel well. Normally you drive in airbox view, right?
Yeah, I might switch to it actually because I'm really struggling to see.
Trying to load these tyres up a little bit, but I don't think I'm doing a very good job. Oh no, they're in the operating window. It seems to be that if you put enough load in the tyres that the controller vibrates ever so gently, then you're adding to the temperature. Which is a nice little indicator.
That's good. Because I know they've worked on force feedback for the actual tyres, wheel settings, and I wonder if that's kind of their version of force feedback for controller players. Oh, that was
My
terrible.
race starts are always appalling. They're always really, really bad. And I've got faster cars behind me. I'm shitting my pants. I'll let you do the talking now, mate, because this is probably the prelude to a massive accident that I'm going to have to rewind. And I hate it every time I have to use a flashback.
Okay, so what I'm noticing here is that I'm on 95% difficulty, which was a bit above what I normally go for, but that is really having a effect. Oh, that's part of a front wing gone. There we go. Only 10 minutes or so into my first game.
I was waiting for it. I'm so glad you've delivered.
And we have a damaged front wing, But
I had a
actually,
damaged front wing as well.
oh no.
In fact, you know what? I'm sorry, it's cheesy as fuck. I'm going to flash that back.
Do it.
Because I don't want to have to pit on lap 1 on my first race. I'm sorry.
This isn't going to transpire to anything, is it?
I've just done the same fucking thing again.
Couldn't receive that. Repeat the message.
Box is like.
Oh, god damn it.
This lap so far
Right.
is a
It's because I can brake later than them, which I wasn't expecting based on earlier experience.
come in at the end of this lap.
What is wrong with me?
Have you gone into go-kart mode?
Yeah, I have. I got through the first 2 corners so well. I was really pleased. Keep going Asian today as well, like offensive Asian.
Never a good look.
I was very pleased.
Well, I failed my
Okay.
fuel management by quite a long way. I'm wondering if 95 difficulty might
Oh,
be a bit
Hamilton just went to the
optimistic.
back of me. Sorry to cut you off. I was a bit naughty. I think I cut him off actually, and he's gone round.
Ow.
But go on. How was your experience with fuel testing? Was you
Miserable.
worse than me?
I was over a second off, but I was in the purple. Front wing damage takes much longer to repair.
Time repairing the damage to the car.
Okay. Right. Let's. Got Bottas, Hulkenberg, Leclerc. Oh, that's annoying. Not annoying so much. So you in live TV feed, they'll only let you rotate through the standings in position order in the actual race. So you can't keep up with people in track order either. That's annoying. Right.
Okay, now I've remembered how to drive. I'm doing okay. There's a chain of cars directly ahead of me, which is making it hard to even consider overtaking. But I'm keeping pace with them despite being on a slower tyre, and I think I'm faster than them. So that's encouraging. I just need to find. I'm closing with them so quickly under braking that I'm going to be running into them if I'm not super careful, which we've already seen with my performances into turn 3. Just lost a lot of time there with that mistake. And now Perez is putting the moves on me. Leaving some room.
Okay. I'm going rogue with a custom setup. This could all go horribly wrong. Oh. I'm still getting used to the new menu, so I can't quite... Right, let's try this ERS management malarkey. What is a good car to drive, says Aidan Bird. I've only driven... This is literally... I've had the game for about 20 minutes, Aidan, so I can't honestly answer. I've only tried the McLaren because we're doing an alternate. Fernando had enough last year, not this year. So I can't honestly say.
We're ready.
Everything feels quite grounded though. So if you...
To you.
Kind of. I mean, there's some evil curbs around Melbourne, quite clearly. I think it depends on your driving style as well. Oh, hang on. Hi, Chris Pratt. Hello, hello, hello. I will try and read your comment going down the straight. It's one thing I hate about some driving games. If you can't sort yourself out a good setup, you'll be well off the pace by some distance. Yes, that is true. And it's very true of this game, actually. And this series. Ben and I, who's on the other stream over on Twitch, definitely Zero, who's with me. We noticed basically from F1 2016 onwards, it has become a real heavily setup dependent stuff, especially if you're going online. If you just stick with default setups, you're absolutely pummeled. The other problem that you'll have, well, not problem so much, you can fix it in single player mode by adjusting your difficulty if you just want to stick with those 5 setups, and they'll get you kind of within about a second of where you need to be. But that's going to be about it. If you want that last second, if you want to compete with the bigger boys, or if you're top of your ultimate pace, then you do need a custom setup. I keep forgetting that second DRS zone. Hello, Ultraman. No, I can't adopt you. I'm sorry.
Well, not with that attitude, you can't.
No! I can't adopt you. I'm already in a longing relationship with Just Eat. Right, let's see how this ERS stuff works, because I was super confused as to how this worked with you, Ben. So I'm gonna go on low as well and just see what happens.
If you've got the raw pace, you just leave it on low, as far as I can tell, and it just gradually fills up to purple, and you're done.
Oh, I don't have the raw pace.
Me neither. I am very firmly 11th. I can't seem to... I'm slowly slipping back from Van Dorn in 10th. And Perez is about on my pace, so is Gasly. So I'm a bit of a bottleneck for them, actually. They're on faster tyres as well, I think. Or at least I think Gasly is. It's also still 1 billion degrees in my apartment, and I am sweating like a very sweaty thing, which is no fun. The halo actually blocks your view of the cars in front, which is a little dangerous. My car feels very, very heavy. Maybe change my differential again. Oh, hey Beetlejuice. I am off the pace, my friend. But actually, I mean, I shouldn't complain, right? Because the whole situation through practice and qualifying was a worry that maybe I was a bit too competitive, and I'd argue 11th probably is still too competitive. I think eventually Perez is going to get the better of me.
Your pace is too slow. Make sure to adjust your ERS mode to find the
How am I doing on where?
energy management.
So far so good, actually. The car feels a little bit better with extra fuel in, actually. I feel it's a little bit less skittery, which, you know, is probably as it should be. I completely messed up that corner, no wonder I'm losing so much time. When we started this Grand Prix, I felt I definitely had the pace on 2 or 3 of the cars ahead of us. But that no longer seems to be the case, and I don't know if it's because I'm letting the computer handle my ERS deployment or what.
Ooh, barrier. All right, let's try. Let's try a little bit of photo mode here.
It is a very handsome game.
Oh, that's confusing.
Simon has got his game. He is live as we speak. He is testing his Orange Dream. And as I predicted on Twitter this morning, the game seems to be quite a bit more suited to him than it is to me. Because he didn't bin it on his first lap like I did.
Binning it now! But yeah. Let's see what's in this. So you still have the free cameras. Oh, Flip-flop Grand Prix. I love it.
Whereas over here in Adventures in Understeer, I am understeering and fighting with it quite badly. It's costing me a lot of time though. I seem to be falling further and further back from the waffle.
Did you rip the poor postman's arms out, David? No. Thankfully, I was busy eating a chip sandwich at the time, so
which is the most Simon thing to be doing.
It is. Oh, they've got a night vision filter in the camera mode. Excellent. This is a thing I didn't know I needed. So, I quite like that. Sorry, we're going through camera filters, which I appreciate is nothing much to do with the game, but I do like to make sure that people know these things. That are available.
No, Perez, leave me alone. What did I ever do to you? Apart from all those things I did to you.
Poor Perez.
Right, I'm getting very worried about my pace now, and I don't know how to fix it. The car is feeling worse and worse and worse with every corner, and I don't know if that's just in my head or not, but... that's a fair point. I did kick him out of his Force India seat in 2015. Very, very true.
Vehicle condition.
Brakes are in the optimum temperature zone.
Oh, brakes from the optimum temperature. What? So I had that accident and I still have all of my wing intact. Fair enough. On we go.
I thought you were on simulation damage as well.
Yep.
That lap was too slow. You need to find more speed. Make sure to
My hands are so sweaty
DRS modes.
that any minute now my thumb is going to flick off the control stick. I can feel it. But this is fun, right? I mean, I'm really pushing now. I'm still losing pace to Van Dorn quite badly, but I'm pushing really hard, and like fighting with Checo is costing me time, which it should do. I'm cracking under pressure.
Like a true.
Oh shit, he's got down the
expert.
inside of me.
How are you finding the AI in a racing environment?
Good, actually. Really good. Seems to be quite clean so far. I don't feel like they're... Because my problem with previous games is sometimes they just go into the back of you. Not because you cut them off, but they just sort of seem to be on rails. And you'd be spawn or have loads of damage, and nothing would happen to them. And I always got really annoyed by that. Thank you, mate. I do need a crew chief. I'm also quite annoyed at myself because I'm... Oh, fuck. Well, right, I'm letting him through now. Okay, no, I'm not letting him through. I'm flashbacking. I'm having such a dog of a day today.
It's okay. This is day one. This is when all the mistakes are allowed. I can't
No,
tell.
I really hate flashbacking, and normally I play my career modes with them turned off because I kind of think like there should be consequences, but I guess while I'm still learning I can allow myself a little bit of artistic leeway.
I think so.
But I don't know why the car feels so much worse now than it did in qualifying. It just feels utterly awful.
So, okay, so ERS modes. Okay, right. That might also be why I'm sucking so bad on the ERS. I didn't realise that there was an overtake and a hot lap mode.
There's only one lap of fuel remaining. Come in this lap, please. Box this lap.
I can see the recharge going on there. But, that's going to be a real pain to try and really push that. I think because I'm on the 95% difficulty, I think I'm going to struggle with practice programs, but hopefully be alright in a long race environment. It says, do you got Twitch Ultra Nexus? No, I don't necessarily have Twitch, but the other guy on the stream, Definitely Zero, does. He's over at twitch.com/Definitely Zero. I am on Twitch as Higher Playing Games, but I very rarely stream there unless it's a game that I know will be copyright contented here. That's normally rhythm games.
Which is pretty much all of them now, isn't it?
Seems like it. Christ. I get copyright contented for everything at the moment.
Right. I've cleared Checo a little bit now, so my hope is that I can start pushing a little bit. Doing so, though, it's overheating my front left, like, quite badly. And I'm not really sure what to do about it without losing all the pace I found. The car still feels very, very heavy. I've not burned off enough fuel yet for it to feel nimble and friendly again. And I must be like 5 seconds down on Van Dorn, 3 seconds. It's really hard to gauge actually because that corner is a misleading place to try and... Let's see what Jeffers says. 5.4 seconds. I was right first time.
Wow. I think I might have to lower my difficulty down a little bit because I am plumb last in FP1.
Oh, that's not good.
Only just.
Even Stoffel manages better than that sometimes.
Yeah, he's 15th at the minute. I'm 7 tenths off him.
No, I meant real life Stoffel Van Dorn, not ridiculous, overpowered video game Stoffel Van Dorn.
Oh, thanks, David. Sorry, I had my hands.
Oh wow, someone's pitted already.
Wow.
Some cars are already coming in. That's actually a surprise. I'm not going to be able to overcut them. I know that much.
So.
Go on. You have me intrigued.
No, it's okay. I've worked it out. Sorry, I couldn't find where the weather was for practice sessions. That was all. It mega confused me, but I'm all right now.
Gotta stop touching the grass because it will bite my knackers off.
That will cause you probs. Interesting to look at the lap delta drop-offs as well, actually.
Perez, no, I just want a point. Just want a point, Perez. I don't think I'm going to be able to hold him off much longer. It's costing me more time than I'm saving, really.
Well, I like in the they show you what tyres people used in the sessions afterwards. That's good.
Yeah, I do find that actually very, very useful. I enjoy that it's much clearer now what tyres the cars around you are on as well. I find that especially helpful.
Yeah. Agreed.
Tell you what, this car has got a long way to go before I'm able to fight at the front with it, I can tell you that much.
Oh, hello, Claire. How's it out there? You must be thrilled.
You must be thrilled.
This isn't the end of the journey, it's the beginning.
So how are you finding things at the team? Are you settling in? What are you expecting out of this season?
I think I'm suffering actually because a lot of people are getting way more time on the Ultra Softs than I am. My final stint will be on the Ultras, which is arguably the best time to have Ultras, but I just hope I don't lose too much in the meantime. Hamilton's having a really crappy day.
That pleases me. Mildly.
I know the tyres are overheated, Jeff. What do you want me to do about it? Spit on them?
Right,
it's like you're going to be losing grip. I was thinking, I've got grip to lose?
Laps completed 35? I don't think so. Oh, at least I passed one.
Give him a good blow.
Okay.
I have to say, like, I know I'm whinging and everything, but this is actually the exact sort of experience with this game I wanted. I wanted to be annoyed by it. I wanted it to be a challenge. I wanted to feel like I was fighting with a crappy car against faster drivers and stuff, and I'm definitely getting that feeling. Hamilton is behind me, but not on merit. Sorry, Simon, go on.
I was going to say, you can't... I've just gone in to see if I could change down the AI difficulty a couple of points. Copyright, probably. But you can't once you're into a weekend. You might be able to change it between weekends, but once you've set it on a difficulty, you are with that difficulty for the whole thing. So, right.
Yeah, you can change it between race weekends, I believe.
Cool. Right. I noticed that whatever I'd done in my...
Okay, it seems Van Dorn's tyres may have gone off, or I finally started to find some pace, because I am catching him. For immersion's sake, imagine Hamilton crying over the radio because he's behind me. I'd love that. I'm even going to get in his way to make it worse.
Yes.
Well, I mean, we're fighting for track position, so... But maybe it makes sense, actually, for me to ride in the air behind him, actually. Because I'd caught up to Van Dorn, and now I'm defending again. I'm losing time, and I think ultimately my race pace is going to suffer. Van Dorn's having a really good race, actually, because he started outside the top 10 like me, and now he's up to 7th, and his pace seems pretty good, actually.
Cool beans. Alright. Let's give that a go.
I found a way to take that that fast left-right chicane while carrying through way more speed than it recommends that I should. I don't know if it's enough to keep the faster cars behind me, but it's certainly not doing my overall pace any harm. And Van Dorn is in the pits on lap 14.
Nice. The yellow bar, Ultraman, is harvesting. So when you are... you can see you've got the white bar, the yellow bar and the blue bar. The white bar is for your deployment of your battery over the course of the lap from your ERS. The yellow bar is how much harvesting of energy you're going to put back into the battery when you brake. So heavy braking will help that. And the blue bar underneath is how much battery you have for the entire event. So you'll need to kind of charge and recharge bits back where you can and not finish completely empty.
Oh, there's the first retirement, Daniel Ricciardo. Didn't see him, but there was a yellow flag for him. Close the door on you, Hamilton. Better look next time. Oh, now Rocky. Ocon's out of the race as well. Wow, dropping like flies now.
I wonder if they collided.
Possibly. I mean, I would like to see more of that. Marcus Ericsson is out of the race now. Jesus. And Grosjean. What is going on? Hulkenberg is out of the race.
Can you do an instant replay, like flash, and then switch drivers in the...
Oh, that is a good idea. Let's see if I can.
Because the replays aren't ever very long on this, are they?
No. Let's see who I can find. Hulkenberg dropped out. Is this Hulkenberg? No, that's Sainz. That's me. Okay, no, it's already removed them. I can't see what happened to them. Oh. But there was like 5 back-to-back retirements.
Crumbs.
It's either a bug or maybe there was a big crash that we didn't see. like a humongous one, because that is a lot of retirements
That's
to
helpful.
happen all
Right?
at once. I wonder if like Ricardo's car like stopped out on track or something. A bunch of people went into him.
Oh yeah, that's a good shout.
My odds though of points have gone up dramatically because it's taken some of my rivals out. If only they'd hit Van Dorn. It's really him that I'm racing. Who am I racing now?
I've just smashed it into the barriers out of the chicane. Okay. Now the game bites. Now that I'm
Glad
pushing.
you're having your moment.
Now, what did I do? Let's have a wee look. That was my own silly fault. I'd gone out just too wide. Actually, that wasn't even a curb problem. That was just me being a twit.
Did you hit the grass?
Yeah, I think so. Very lightly, but it was enough.
That's all it takes, isn't it?
Yeah. Ultraman saying oversteer, and I'd have to say I agree. I think I've whatever I've done setup wise, I think has actually unsettled the car more than settled it.
Sounds like you're driving an Esteban special.
Okay, what we got?
Well, I tell you what, I believe the opening menu now because this car is shit.
That lap was no good. We need you to improve on that.
Oh, twat. My own fault. I should just let him go. I can still get points even if I let Perez pass, so... Come on then, if you're going. Oh, he locked it. Redemption. Wow, he really did lock it as well. He lost quite a lot of time there.
I don't think I'm braking for that corner properly.
Are you happy with your car?
I think I'm not sure. I can't tell. I
Because
think
it was the car I saw the most people complaining about.
excellent. Trust me to.
And people were saying that they didn't feel its actual performance in the hands of a human player reflected where it's supposed to stand on the performance rankings.
Right. I mean, I'm nowhere near in any of the practice things at all. This might be.
But I mean,
better.
also that's quite believable for a rookie, right?
Yeah.
I mean, to me, that could be a sign that actually you've got the difficulty level right, and you'll just adapt to it over the season because it's a new driving model to learn. I mean, even if it's a bit similar to last year.
That's true.
Do you know, every time I think to myself, "Oh, I'm not really noticing the halo," suddenly I notice it again massively, and it messes me up.
Mm-hmm. I still can't get rid of it in my eyes.
Have you fallen in love with cockpit view though?
I'm enjoying it, but I think it's because I'm sitting there thinking I'm going to desperately try and be as quote-unquote pro as fast.
Yeah, that's what I said to myself as well. I mean, I still play with aids on and stuff while I'm streaming, particularly, but I think there's nothing wrong with trying to give yourself the authentic experience because, you know, it's in there for a reason.
Great lap. You nailed the Piazza
I have to say I am really enjoying the game. There's been some frustrating moments, but mostly down to my own incompetence. My pace isn't where I'm used to it being, but I kind of think I have to learn to be okay with that and stop whinging about it, because really it's the level of challenge I was seeking, and I'd be disappointed if I couldn't find that level of challenge. So, all in all, I don't know yet if it's my favourite of the series so far, but it's one of the ones I like more, that's for sure. I remember 16 put a big smile on my face.
Yeah, the leap forward on that one was huge, wasn't it?
When does Codemaster's license run out, actually?
I'm going to say 2020.
When are we trying online? Good question, because I suppose some people want to actually see how the online performs. Well, I mean, I'm stuck in my race now for another 39 laps. Checo. But the normal Failcast F1 episode is on tomorrow. That was cheeky of him, wasn't it? But I think I cut him off there because that brought the yellow flag out. So when he came back at me, I think I was in a naughty position and did a naughty thing. But his first move into that fast corner, that was really bad. Lance Stroll is out of the race now. Wow. We only have 14 cars running now.
Love that.
I have to turn my fuel down again. Wow, fuel management is really marginal for me. I'm pitting in 2 laps time. But yeah, Failcast F1 regular episode is on tomorrow. We've got lots of F1 news and opinion to talk about, and we will be going head to head once again with a new season. But at some point during the course of today, when is available for both of us, we will definitely do a quick online race just so we can see what the deal is.
Yeah, it helps us test as well, because Cody's do love a launch day bug.
So because I can't look down at my other screen, how are you doing, mate? How are you getting on?
I'm hoping I've just come out of that corner okay. Yes! We've just got a purple on the race programme, but that was down to ERS management. That wasn't down to my drivability. ERS makes up a good second of if you play with it, but I have now exhausted my battery. So...
Okay, so what that says to me then is that your difficulty level is about right. Because, you know, you're supposed to be on the limit of what you can do to reach your target. So it seems to me that you're doing this right, as it were.
I think so. I don't think there'll be a clear winner between me and the waffle over the course of the season. And especially, I think once I get much more comfortable with what a good setup feels like, because I don't know that yet, that will also kind of come in time.
With me having so many retirements now, I'm unsure how to really measure my race pace, but I'm currently running 3rd, although I haven't stopped. And after my pit stop, I guess I'll probably come out somewhere in the lower half of the top 10, which tells me I'm going to have to put my difficulty up between race weekends. Because I mean, Verstappen's behind me in catching, but I'm measuring, I'm controlling the pace as best as one could reasonably expect. So really, he should be blitzing me way more than he is.
Stretch. I don't know if you had it in yours, but I'm having, when I come into the box, there's like a weird jarring before it then kicks in the animation of putting me into the garage.
Yeah, they did sort of stand still for a minute or two.
It's like the animations haven't quite lined up correctly yet.
That understeer is driving me crazy. Right, go on through, Dutchman.
Right, where does that put me?
See how much time I lose around traffic. Like, really, if I'd gone full pace, I should have been trying to get past him there, but it just ultimately hurt my pace, and it's my in-lap. It's got to be nice.
Can you crash on information lap on this game? Oh, formation, you must mean. Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
You could last year as well.
I believe it's called doing a Grosjean. It's the full Grosjean.
I'm just quickly filling up my glass of water. I shall be back in a second, just whilst this time remaining clicks
Please
down to the end of
do.
the session.
Okay, so I'm coming into the pits now. I've lasted to lap 22 on my super softs that I started the race on. I'm currently in 4th position, just behind Verstappen. Magnussen catching me pretty rapidly. But considering how horrible the car felt, actually that first stint I would consider a success. I'm ahead of Bottas by quite some distance, which is a surprise. I don't know what happened for him. Do you know what I'm really hoping for, Simon? Is that there's an option in the news interviews with Robot Lee McKenzie that allow me to arbitrarily blame Marcus Ericsson for things.
Yes, please.
Wow, Brendan Hartley up in 6th place and fighting with Bottas. What is going on?
Crazy race.
I am having a bit of a crazy one. Wow, the car feels so much better on fresh super softs. I have no idea what's going on for Bottas, but he seems slow to me.
Maybe he's got a mechanical gremlin.
Fernando is faster than you. I copy. I'm going to have to just try and watch myself. I shouldn't try for overtakes until I'm absolutely certain, but I'm so much faster than Hartley in particular that it felt right to go for a cheeky run down the inside. See, look what's going on. Overtaking is hard in this game, Simon.
I'm looking forward
It's
to
hard.
it. I'm looking forward to it. Okay, I feel a little bit more comfortable that I can actually not just todd around in 20th place now. Because that race pace was better. Ish.
I seem to be feeling the evolution of the car and the track to a much greater level than I ever have previously, and I like it. My car actually, I can feel things changing. It's getting a bit pointier and it feels a bit lighter on its feet. I'm still having trouble that I had in 2017 with loss of downforce when following cars. It means like I'm braking and going into the back of them.
Right.
Oh, he didn't want to yield that position.
Ah.
Yes, Brendan Hartley, you shall yield to me.
As he will yield to whoever takes his place.
I'm wondering actually if he does get replaced. I mean, really, this is conversation for tomorrow, but I do wonder if he's actually going to be replaced because they don't seem to be flush with options, really.
No, that's true.
I never learn, do I? I never fucking learn. I'm still diving down the inside, and then he's turning in on me and chopping my wing off.
Alright, let's try quali practice. Then we'll go into quali, and then we'll go for race through. We'll have a look at R&D before we go to quali as well.
That was a much cleaner overtake. Nice job, Ben. Learning the job. I am taking it as easy on the car as I can, Jeff, without... Fuel really is marginal. I've never had this in one of these games before. I've usually been so good on my fuel usage, but seems it is not the case. I really don't know what's going on with Bottas. I think he's got some damage on his car or something, because he was way slower than I would think would be a realistic expectation.
Maybe he's still waiting for Hamilton to catch him back. and then let him through. Wingman.
I kind of like to see this game do team orders. I wonder if that's actually in here, given that you've got your showman versus sportsman bar, and you have a reputation. I mean, because quite often with these games we find or stumble across features that were not made a big deal of in the development information, but actually turn out to be quite interesting little things, like in 2016's game where dust can blow onto the track at Bahrain and mess with the grip levels, or last year's game where components could fail, which I never recall hearing mentioned until it happened to me. Now Alonso has a mechanical problem. Lawful lol. This car is getting better and better with each lap, and I don't know if it's actually the car is getting better or if I'm just adapting to its shortcomings, but it's starting to feel quite good.
I've also noticed that there is no longer the quali fuel mix.
Well, that's realistic as well, right? Party mode has been banned.
Yep.
No parties for you.
Oh, hang on, bear with me. Is that the postman again? 2 seconds,
Surely
everyone.
not.
No, it's not.
And you got out of a chair for nothing.
Sorry.
Do you know, while we were off air, I had the most first world problems.
What was that?
I bought a packet of prosciutto, and they had folded the prosciutto in such a way that all the pieces stuck together. And as I was trying to unravel it so I could put it onto my sandwich, all the pieces tore and I couldn't get a full slice off the pile. And I was really quite angry about it and making a lot of loud complaint to myself in the kitchen before realising that that is quite possibly the most first world problem ever. It's almost like, well, I'm outraged because this wine does not pair with chicken. It's just such a ridiculous problem to have. I don't wish to cause alarm, panic in the streets, offence to women and children, but I may finish this race in 5th position.
You what, blood?
You fucking what, mate? Do you think I'm some kind of mag?
Well, I'm nowhere near in the quali sim, so let's park this.
I see you're having the full McLaren experience.
Yeah.
Big expectations followed by a wet cake.
Mm-hmm. All I now need is a little bit of Ron speak to pop up, just to remind me of better times that used to be and that may never come.
It was just the wind.
Yeah.
That is an excellent question, Beetlejuice, and I wish I had an answer for you. Life, really. Life. There's, I don't think there was any one single factor. And I never actually planned to live abroad. And even if I had, I think Germany would have been not exactly bottom of the pile, but it wouldn't have been among my first choices. But I don't actually regret it. I think actually it's a very livable city, and it's been very kind to me. I don't think I'll stay here forever, but I think also I came at a good time. I think the last sort of 8 to 10 years or so has been a really good time to live here, and now it's starting to become way more expensive than it was when I arrived, and gentrification's a real problem. Rent prices are going up. Like, I'm at a stage now, like a lot of people are, where it doesn't make sense to move to a more reasonably sized apartment, because a smaller apartment will actually be way more expensive. A friend of mine has a 3-bedroom place, only needs 1 room, should move so that people in the city actually have somewhere to live. Won't, because why would you pay an extra €200 a month for a smaller apartment? What about yourself? I assume you're an expat, you like travelling for work? I will wait for you to answer that, and as you do, I'm going to complain a little bit more about the heat in this room. It's driving me nuts. I don't think it's helping my driving very much. Oh, you are actually Swiss. Okay. For some reason, I thought you were British, and I don't know why. Hashtag British privilege.
Everyone's British.
Hamburg was a good choice, though, mate.
An interesting practice session there, then.
If I wasn't in Berlin, I think that would be the city for me.
Hamilton, Verstappen, and Daniel Ricciardo.
What's going on in McLaren land? I can't see.
We are just about to go off to qualifying, where I'm pretty sure I will be plumb last. But I'm looking forward to it anyway. My reputation with teams.
I am actually curious to see what happens to your reputation, because the teams have been blowing smoke up my arse already based on a comment made after free practice 1. So if you actually finish last in a McLaren, I do wonder if they're just going to tear up your contract immediately.
Well, I find it really interesting that currently it's actually Red Bull, Mercedes and Ferrari have more reputation with me than any of the other teams. Like, to begin with, admittedly, for coming 20th in that session, I've lost some respect from Red Bull and Ferrari. That feels a bit weird for a practice session. Well, I don't know. Oh, the upcoming session.
What I get a feeling of, looking at that and my own experience, is I get the feeling they've got the foundation of a really, really good system that just needs to be tweaked.
Yeah. And that tweaking will depend on how loud-mouthed people that want everything now, our typical YouTubers who need to have everything screaming in their face at 1,000,000 miles an hour before they actually bother doing anything. Yeah, it will. Yeah, it will make me angry. Right.
Well, see, the thing for me is, I think the people who are really genuinely like that are usually the time trialers, because they just care about the leaderboards.
Yeah.
I think when you're dealing with people who play career mode all the way through, you're dealing with a very different subset of the fan base. And I think it's them that will ultimately provide the long-term player base, because I imagine time trials die off a few months after release. To be honest with you, I've never understood the appeal of time trial.
No, it's like speedrunning games. I struggle with those as well. I think
I like that. I like that idea, actually. Beetlejuice was just saying maybe they should put in satisfaction surveys after season 3 or 4 of career mode.
Oh, I like that idea. Because then at least you know that someone's got a certain way in, at least. Okay, so I've purchased one reliability update that gives me 10% improvement on everything. I then purchased a 10% reduction of points to upgrade my powertrain, because that's what McLaren's worst element is, which I find hilarious, because we also know that it's probably really the car. And a development of reliability improvement in the powertrain as well.
Ah, so you've taken a completely different route to me, because I have gone all about that performance.
Yeah. No, I'm going to suck it now so that I can then improve a little bit later on. Right, let's see how we get on. Q1 exit incoming!
Wow, Magnussen has great pace today. Do you like my pace?
Do you like it?
Do you like it? Oh. So hot. So very hot.
We might want to wait for a gap. There are a lot of cars out on track at the moment.
Oh, I like the fact that in Q1 the Ferraris, Red Bulls and Mercedes have all gone out on Super Softs, not Ultras.
That is a nice touch, actually. I need to put more thought into my my tyre allocations. Problem is, with each version of the game, I don't know how my tyres are actually going to fare until I've driven the track in this version of the game. So it's kind of hard to know what the best tyre allocation for myself is.
Mm-hmm.
Go on then, Lewis. I can't fight you forever, so I think 6 is still a great finish on my debut, to be honest. Plus it gives me the durs. I love the durs. I have no idea what the hell's happened to Bottas, but wherever he is, Hartley's in front of him now. My tyres are dropping off the cliff again a little bit. How's my wear? Actually, my wear is really low, so I don't know where I get that feeling from, but something isn't right. Maybe it's time to tweak that differential again, which I was warned about coming into the season.
Oh no, I'm in qualifying and fuel mix up to max. Number 4.
Oh, naughty. Naughty Codemasters. I think I'm going to come out of this Grand Prix to find I've shafted my gearbox.
GG, says Ultraman, exactly. Okay,
That's 33 or 58, running in lean fuel mode to try and reclaim some of my fuels. I hate this MFD. Hate it.
there's too many switches around for me, personally.
I think Hartley might be catching me, which is a little perturbing, and I don't know if there's any utility to me pitting earlier than I planned, but probably not, because I believe the lifespan of the Ultrasoft is only 11 laps, and for me that probably actually comes down to 9 or 10, so... That downforce number looks very high. I'm also losing pace because I took my end plate off, which is not good.
Oh, I'm braking too early for that poxy corner.
I want to be kept abreast of your performances. Just got a yellow flag notice, very briefly. I wonder if that means someone else is about to retire. That's usually a precursor. Hope it's Hamilton. That'd really help me out.
Cheer me up. Okay. First lap in qualifying, 15th. That was good. Oh, I got a trophy for that somehow.
What was your target?
It's 13th at the moment. Oh!
Go on.
So, I done what we've been doing quite a lot in in our corner 5 of Joy, but not only did I manage to smack it on the right side, I then decided to spear off to the left as well so that I could completely remove my front wing. But I've still got my wheels intact.
Well, this isn't your first rodeo. If there's one thing you know, it's how to crash.
That is true. In my sim racing Wii past, I'm going to flash that back, by the way, just so that it makes it quicker for this to continue. And we will... You can see where I got it wrong, though, actually. So, because it started there. So if I just kind of flash back there and granny it through. In my GPVWC days and Formula Sim Racing days, I had an exemplary finishing record, but still managed to somehow cause so much carnage that I'd have like loads of extra stops everywhere. But actually, if you look at the thingamabob, I was like one of the most... I always had one of the highest lap completions of the season and stuff, because I'd always finish, but it'd normally be after about 3 front wings and all kinds of drama. There's a broadcast out there somewhere where I used to be the driver that they would talk to in race, because I was never battling for points or anything. And they come to me and they go, let's just see how Simon Smith is doing. They go, how's your race going? And I went, it's all right. And then I spin off down at turn 2 at the Nürburgring. It's perfect timing. And then Dennis, who was the commentator, goes, I think we'll leave Simon there for now. He sorts himself out. I was like, brought the whole thing into disrepute. And the sim racing will now just be dreadful for the rest of eternity. Well, I'm quite happy with 15th, but I don't think that will keep me in 15th. And I've, stupidly, I think, not left enough time to go again. Oh, no, I've got time. Could I do much more, though?
So far, our fastest
Hamilton's just switched to softs on lap 37. That makes no sense.
That'll get him home, though.
Yeah, definitely, but it just seems like a complete overkill, because super softs would get him home. I am not far away from my last stop, and then I've just got to sprint on the ultras till the end. I hope I am keeping some of my rivals at bay. I'm a little bit nervous about Hartley, actually, because his pace seems pretty raunchy, a little bit X-rated.
I'm gonna hang it out. Oh, Ericsson's just pushed me out. Oh, and Sorokin.
What, he pushed you out? He's pushed you out of Q1?
Yeah. And then he got pushed out by Sergei Sorokin. Oh, never mind. It was going so well. So yeah, Stroll, Gasly, Leclerc, myself and Ericsson eliminated.
Is Ericsson bottom of the pile?
Nope, he outqualified Leclerc.
Okay, because I'm surprised because for me he was dead last in every session and I don't know why. Thank you, Beetlejuice. Yes, I did completely fuck Hamilton's race, and that's possibly my greatest achievement. No matter where I finish, I'm delighted by that. Oh, I lost a lot of time there, dicking around in that corner. Right. I should be pitting lap 39?
What lap are you on at the minute?
38. Oh no, lap 47. I should be pitting. Maths. It's for nerds.
Not quite where we'd want to be on the grid, but chin up, it's not the end of the world.
I can't believe Jeff now has a face.
Yeah, no, and he's not what I thought he looked like.
No.
He doesn't sound like he's balding and middle-aged.
Pre-race, Jeff. Hey, how you feeling? Hope you had your fill at breakfast. You know me so well.
That sounds like a sick burn.
Yeah.
You need to go over there now and slap him.
Exactly. You moaning about my fitness, Jeff?
I'd love that actually. If over the course of the season, depending on what your relationship with him was like, his emails become ever more passive aggressive. Pleased to see you enjoying the sausages this morning. ... Yeah. I'm interested to see your pace relative to non-fat drivers, you know, things like that.
Oh, do you know what?
What?
The powertrain side of stuff for us in McLaren, I didn't realise just how cheap some of these things are. So I've got enough resource points where I could conk out quite a few of those in time for the next session, I reckon.
I am being lapped by Vettel.
Oh, it's got a high failure chance.
I tell you something though. The only thing I am missing from this R&D system, is parts that not only fail, but parts that actually have a negative effect on car performance, because those do exist.
Yes. Hello, Williams. Yeah.
Bell.
I've also noticed that gone from this is the, or at least implied gone from the R&D, is the first driver bonuses and that stuff, where you could then unlock more than one thing at one time. Because I've just tried to do a second.
I think that's probably a good thing though. I think it will help the balance.
Yeah. Although I'm interested to see that everyone's morale is normal. I'm deciding. Yeah, under each durability, chassis, aerodynamics, and powertrain, everyone's got morale as normal, and that's where if you praise certain departments, if you do well, or if you blame certain departments, if you're not, you'll piss them off or make them happy.
Oh, that's dope! I didn't even know that was in there. I shall be a kind driver at first.
What I may do, depending on how you want to do it, I could either go in for my race now, or I could do some classic car stuff, and then we could do some online stuff, and I'll do my race later.
Up to you, my friend. Oh, shit. Flashback in that. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm like less than 20 laps from the end now, I believe. Yeah, I'm 18 laps from the end. So maybe, yeah, why don't you take a look at the classics, and then I'll wrap this up, and we can do some online, and then go from there.
Makes sense to me. Hope that's all right with everyone in the thing. I want to give everyone as much of an overview as possible.
I've only tried one classic car so far, which was the Brawn, and I did like it very much.
Classics, Villeneuve's Ferrari, please. Of course, Dave. No problemo. Oh, I hate that image. Vettel looks like he wants to just rape everybody. Grand Prix. Classics. Villeneuve's Ferrari is the 7.
Oh, you son of a bitch! What a cheeky bastard! I'm gonna watch the replay for that because I want to see what he did. Because if it was my fault, then I'm prepared to accept it. But actually, I can already tell it's going to be my fault.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Well, actually, no, we didn't touch through that corner. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I'm moving to the outside of the track, but he's moving to the inside faster, possibly. But he's a cheeky little rascal.
Cheeky. Oh, they've got rid of the
I'll give
option
him a bit more room.
to do a secondary race setup. Maybe that's just in the Grand Prix and I can't do it in championship mode. I'll have a look at that later. Because I wanted to try and replicate GP2's reverse grids for my own little amusement.
Well, what I'm seeing so far in my race is that actually the running order can get a little bit weird.
I quite like
up in
that.
the hizzle.
If it's an abnormal.
Okay, the run into turn 1 isn't too long, so the pack.
Oh, look at that Momo steering wheel. God, the car looks like it's made out of polystyrene.
It was the 70s, so it probably is.
Clutch in.
Polystyrene and asbestos. Powered by Bovril.
Clutch out. Go, go, go.
Oh, these are brutal. Oh! I didn't hit anyone. Wasn't me, governor. Ooh.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Hello. Welcome. I am being incompetent. That's okay, because running 5th, respectable debut, I feel. I'm not going to turn in because I've learnt my lesson now. Right. How was that classic car treating you over on your stream, Simon?
We're going to do a restart because I'm treating it like utter dog twat.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I am making mistake after mistake over here. I think the heat is cooking my brain. My pace has been so up and down, but I have to say, the game has... I'm sold on the game. Having now almost run a full race distance, the bugbears that I have with it are so minor that it doesn't for a second defer me from recommending people that it's safe to buy. But also I've got a feeling that I am going to really enjoy a long and fulfilling career mode in this game in a way that previously I haven't. It's all very encouraging. I just need to get my head around this car in particular, I think, and get a bit more time under the belt working on setups to try and solve the understeer problems I've been having. But heavens to Betsy if I'm not going to get points on my first round, which means I'm going to have to crank the difficulty up for round 2, no doubt. And I will be disabling flashbacks at some point because I don't like using them. And it's the only way I'll learn. Have to be spanked.
David, Simon, it might look like one, but it's not an actual plough. AI just get in my way.
Are you being a naughty boy over there?
It's because
Is that
in the 70s, I forget that you can't brake at the 100-metre boards anymore.
Yeah, but there was a lot of other stuff you could do in the 70s that you can't do anymore. Just
That's
ask your dad. I can't look down at my other screen, so I can't see how the car model looks that you're driving, but I do expect it to have full velour upholstery.
No, sadly. But these look gorgeous, these cars, in battle.
Are you driving in brown corduroys and a tank top?
I haven't shaved it for ages, so I do have like a curly tash.
Oh, see, well then you were this is the role you were born to play.
Do you see on F1 Rejects, actually, or whatever the... Oh, I'm so sorry. We just locked wheels and it took that guy off. And they've put up a profile on F1 Rejects about F1 driver from the 70s who is best known for just having a ridiculous tash. And I was like, how ridiculous can that tash be? And then I saw it and I thought, oh, this is every hipster's goal for life.
I've always been a big fan of the weird moustache. I think it's got its place.
What's the collisions like? Let's check out that crash damage. Oh, it was just the tiniest of touches.
Okay, it is my in-lap. Oh,
I like...
way too early there.
I like how when you're involved in a crash with other cars and you hit the guy and you start bouncing around a bit, the TV camera kind of does like a da-da-da-da karaoke like bounce with you, so it makes it much more dramatic.
Bounce along at home.
Yes. Okay, so that was some Villeneuve action around Hockenheim. What's the next classic car people would like to see? That green flag is out early. It was, David. It was.
Here come our winning drivers then, out onto the... That's it for today's Grand Prix, and from
Oh wow, that
goodbye.
final stop screwed me more than I thought it would. I've come out in 9th.
Ooh.
And I don't think Hartley is going to stop again, so...
They'll have to manage their tyres, though.
This is where I sort of feel that I should be utilising manual ERS deployment, and maybe I could catch him quicker than I can. The Ferraris are on fire, though. They've lapped everybody now, both of them.
Oh, wow. I feel like we need to do a little bit of rain. And we will do it at sunset. Let's start showing off some of this game.
Oh shit. These ultra softs are way grippier than I'm used to, and I'm turning in the same way I've always turned in, and it's cutting the corner because the car's way pointier. I'm super light on fuel now as well, so I have to be careful. God damn it, the sun is out again. I've got Jesus watching over my shoulder, and I'm cooking like I'm in a microwave.
Excellent.
Once I'm done with this race, I'm going to take a moment. I'm going to stop the stream. I'm going to ditch this shirt because it's soaking wet. Freshen up a little bit, and then I'll come back for some multiplayer action.
Yeah, yeah.
sans face cam because I'm just going to get shinier and shinier and more big draggles as it goes on.
Ooh, the wet is treacherous in the old cockpit mode. Oh, mind you, everyone's crashed into everyone, so I'm alright.
Which car are you using?
98 McLaren now.
Okay, that's a good start.
Oh, nice. Channeling your inner Hakkinen.
My mini Mika.
I've always liked the Lotuses in these games, the Turbo Lotuses.
Yeah.
Sorry, Turbo Loti. That's probably the multiple.
Oh Christ. Sorry, Atier.
Don't apologise, you'll get used to it.
It's not a real AI driver.
I've just noticed how rich the sound is on the engines, you know. I can hear the turbo whine if I really listen for it.
Apparently it's the first time that they've ever actually sampled a modern turbo engine, like properly from like inside, because they've always just used sound from not from TV, but they've just gone to a racetrack and poked out some microphones.
I mean, I've always thought the sound design was quite good with these games,
Yeah.
to be honest, but I think this is definitely a step above what we've had previously. So I'm just noticing like how you get the different engine notes on runoff and stuff. It's very pleasant. And it's not giving me a headache like 2016's did. Or was it 2014? I forget, they all blur into one after a bit. But do you remember when they first introduced the turbos? And you and I were talking about this incessant whining on the, I think it was the Ferrari units.
Yeah.
That made it feel like you had tinnitus.
Yes. I remember now.
Well, it looks like I'm in for a close season with the Toro Rossos, because I'm back in a Toro Rosso sandwich.
Oh, baby.
I'm catching Hartley, but Gasly is catching me, and it seems we're about on par for pace. It's odd to think I was running as high as third at one point in this Grand Prix. I don't know if it's tyre strategy that screwed me or whether it actually ultimately helped me.
I also say as well, with the ERS management, what again, I'm just spieling from the developers' blogs, but they were saying that like a driver's race will ebb and flow, not just based on strategy from tyres now and fuel mix, but also in what state their battery is in and whether they want to push and combine that with a push on tyres and fuel, or try and like plod their way through on all three without like pushing anyone at one time, that kind of stuff. And different drivers and different teams will take different approaches at different races depending on where they are.
I can tell you for round 2, I am definitely going to start trying to manually deploy my ERS, because it's the only way I'm going to learn, and I do think it's going to yield results actually. I like that they've given us an auto option, but I think there's definitely time being left on the table by me letting the computer do it.
Yeah.
I see you, Hartley. I see you. Coming around to start lap 49 of 58, drenched in my own juices.
You sound like a chicken.
Well, I know, but the sun's come out again and I haven't closed the bloody blind, so it's like focusing on me like a magnifying glass, and it was already 34 yesterday. And, you know, I'm from the north, I'm designed to operate ideally no higher than 17. I don't know who ordered a marinated taco, mate, but it definitely wasn't me.
That
Right,
is
if I can
the
get
best retirement I've seen. That's like comical.
Go on.
Okay, now that I can actually ride on board and it makes much more sense. it felt like I just grazed someone, but actually they did proper slam me. But it's just the wheel actually coming off and the suspension coming off of the old cars. You forget that the wheels come off, if that makes sense. So just seeing this wheel trundling down Silverstone's home straight while this Williams is just like skidding along, I was like, but of course it would, wouldn't it?
I still think there's so many good classic cars they could easily get, and I don't know why they don't have them.
I'd dearly love for them to have like a, I don't know, 1996. Is that someone at the door? Like an actual patch of per season. I would pay donkeys for that.
Yeah, me too. But the thing is, like, Sauber are still on the grid. Why can't you get access to Sauber's classic cars?
Yeah, they've been around for 25 years, for goodness sake. Have their 1993 livery where they came 5th or 4th constructor on debut.
They do need to add Minardi, but I think it's complicated about who owns the rights, and then you've got to get the sponsors' permissions in some cases.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe Paul Stoddart owns intellectual property from Minardi, Tyrrell and Arrows. So really, I mean, those are the three teams I most want.
Yep.
Ligier is still going. They're still a car company. They're still running in WEC. I think you could probably get a license from Ligier for their cars. I mean, the JS43 is one of my favourite F1 cars.
Oh, yeah. I'd love a 6-wheel Tyrrell chucked in there as well.
Why not? Maybe start stalking good old Paul. You say that like I haven't already started. Nice bathrobe, Paul.
Oh!
I never had you down as a silk man.
Are you okay? That was a big one. Confirm you're okay, please.
No, I mean, if I was to create my ideal add-on car pack for this game, if I had to pick, like, let's say 6 cars for a pack, I go Ligier JS43, Arrows A23. Which Minardi would I take? I mean, it feels like, oh shit. It feels like it should be one of the dark blue and yellow ones from the early 90s. But at the same time, I always liked the Telefonica one from 2000.
And now it's time to wind down and celebrate.
See, now I'd be
2001 Minardi was a belter.
I'd be torn between the 95 and 96 ones where they were the green and white and black, or the like 88, 89, 90s where it was the black and yellow.
So I'll come back to Minardi. So I've got 2 so far. The Arrows A18, I think it is. The one before the all black one. The Damon Hill Arrows.
Yeah.
That would be in there. So that's 3 out of 6. What else would I like in this? Yeah, kind of like the 98 and 97 Tyrrells, but they're a bit dull dishwater in terms of visuals. I just liked the shape of the car. I would say, I think you have to have a Jordan in there, don't you? Maybe the 2000 and actually no, early 2000s Jordan was a bit up and down, wasn't it? Was it 98 Jordan, that one in Belgium?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on the same wavelength there, Beetlejuice. It's like 98 or 99 Jordan.
Yep.
Whether you prefer the snake or the hornet or the shark, really.
The snake, I'm going to go for the snake one from 97. Bitten and hisses.
I kind of like a Benetton in there, to be honest.
Aww.
I think they had some nice cars in the mid-90s.
They did. I always liked the Benetton liveries. Even right the way back to the very beginning where it was like the 85 and 86 ones where it had like the flowing United colours of Benetton on the back.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. That.
Okay, it's a short run to
Uh, so I've used 4 of 6. Because the thing is, I kind of feel like I want a Pacific in there, but I don't know which one I'd
Yes.
pick. Maybe the Pacific PR2, the one with the weird nose.
Yeah.
But also, you know, you've got the Simtech and you've got the MasterCard Lola, which was just so shit it has to be in there.
To be
Or the
fair, you could
40.
ask for it to be in the pack, and it would come that late. It would be in the second DLC pack, so you'd be alright.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, actually, I'm going to say car number 5 would be the 40, the first 40, the Parmalat one.
Yeah, the beautiful one.
And then I would take the 2000 Minardi, the luminous green beast. I think it was 2000.
Yep, it was. Janae and Matsugami.
What would your 6 be?
Aha. I would go for the 1994 or 5 Ligier,
Good call.
or the 97 Prost. But I'd
The
want it to
97
be.
Prost was beautiful.
It
actually.
was, but I'd want it to still be. I'd want it to be called Ligier,
Yeah.
just to annoy myself. So that'd be my first one. Then it would be a Minardi, either the 1988, 1991, or the 95, 96 one, depending on what livery I could have. The 1995 Symptech, I think. The 1995.
That was a good looking
Pacific.
livery,
Yeah.
even if the car looked like shit.
95 Pacific, 95 40.
And you have one left.
1990. Ooh.
replace that front wing box now.
Ooh. I'm tempted to go with one of the Venturi LaRussas.
Oh, yeah, I tell you what, there were some good looking LaRousse cars. You're right.
Because they put all the colours on. And it
Part
might.
of me thought you were going to come with something a bit more left field, like Onyx or Life.
I was going to go with an Acela, but their colour schemes were never actually all that good. But the 92 Fond Metal was lovely. But no, for me, it's. I'd like to see a LaRousse in there. Maybe the Battenberg one that they done for 2 races with the Cronenberg livery.
Oh, I did like that car very much. I really did, actually. I liked some of the early mid-90s Lotuses as well, to be honest.
Yeah, I thought that green looked quite nice.
And what was it Eurobrun I'm thinking of that went a bit goldy?
They had like
Okay, it's a short run to Sandhurst.
they were like a silver,
Try to defend this
but like slapper cat girl leggings silver. If that makes sense.
I'd
There's
also like to see the Colony C4B, now I think about it. The one that was powered by a Subaru Boxer engine for no logical reason.
Yeah, because that livery is actually relatively tidy.
Yeah, it was, and also the car was shit, which means I love it. Because it was fat and slow. Beetlejuice has just said, what about the Lola Scuderia Italia? That's a good choice, actually.
Yeah.
That team always used to really annoy me because it was like imposter Ferrari.
Because they looked identical. Especially that year because
'cause
Ferrari went white and red as well.
Yeah, and Dallara went through a phase like that as well, right?
Yeah. Well, that was essentially what that team became from that, didn't it?
My timelines get confused. were some great teams. I do miss a lot of these privateer teams, you know. And I just don't think the sport's ever going to get back to a place where you can have them. What interests me is that neither of us put a Super Aguri in our car packs.
I did think about it, but because I've got a Super Aguri on PS3, it's not popped into my brain. I was also thinking the 2011 HRT.
But actually, now you mention it, the Arrows A23 was the Super Aguri SA07.
Yeah, you chose it without even knowing.
And it was the Team Lotus, their first car. And it was a Minardi PSO5. So actually, if you get the license to that car, you actually get it in 4 different liveried versions.
That is a car pack in itself.
Well, I mean, people always mock me for being an Arrows fan and stuff, and I was like, look, if you can't appreciate how good the Arrows A23 was, then I don't know what to tell you. Because it was still racing over 10 years after its creation. I mean, yeah, it'd been modified, but it was the same basic chassis design, and it just, you know, had bits and bobs bolted onto it. But the fact was, it was still racing, and it was still on competitive pace. It was Sergio Rinland and Mike Gascoigne did such a great job on that car. I thought it was a real belter, and that car could have springboarded them to bigger things, but then they ran out of money. I'm not going to catch Hartley. So it looks like I'm going to get a 9th on my first Grand Prix. Kinda sucks, but it's my own fault for getting nostalgic instead of focusing on race pace. No! Oh well, you win this battle, Hartley. I'll get you next time, Gadget. That's the first time all race I've taken the line of that corner correctly, and it's too late to make a difference.
Oh, I've got to do the 72 Lotus. Oh, let's try Paul Ricard. Didn't we say that we was going to try it and see if the tyre wear went nuts at Paul Ricard? Admittedly, I'm in an old car.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay. If you hop over to Simon's stream, he's about to test the tyre wear at Paul Ricard for you. Maurizio Arriva Benny looking very stylish there.
Oh, have you got to the end of your race already?
I have.
Ah.
But it's okay, because I'm going to meet Robot Lee McKenzie, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. Paul Ricard tyre wear checking in. So cute.
Let's be patient going into turn 1.
Oh, Jeff, let's be patient. Do you not know who I am?
Out of my way, peasants.
Right, so we want to... Jeff.
Let's take a look at the standings. Constructors, I'm in 7th. Ahead of Force India Williams and Renault, who are all yet to score. Renault surprisingly not scoring. Didn't notice that.
Didn't they both their guys crash out?
No, just Hulkenberg. I'll give you a quick rundown.
Yes, please.
Vettel took the win from Raikkonen. Verstappen takes third, Magnussen fourth, Hamilton fifth, Bottas sixth, Fernando Alonso seventh, Brendan Hartley in eighth, me in ninth, and Pierre Gasly in 10th, so double points for Toro Rosso. Perez, Van Dorn, Sainz, Sorokin, Stroll, and... Actually, no, Stroll didn't finish, so Sorokin was the last runner, and then Stroll, Grosjean, Ericsson, Hulkenberg, Ocon and Ricciardo, all DNFs. Let's see if I see Robot Lee Mackenzie. Mackenzie bought 5,000.
Oh.
What happened? Let me know you're okay.
You don't go.
Did I outperform the car again? No, apparently not. But I have improved my sexiness scale quite a bit with Force India and Renault.
No, it doesn't seem to hurt the tyres. Admittedly, we're on an old grandpa car, but surely it would still hurt the tyres regardless of where you are.
You've been handed a 3-second penalty.
Okay, now I've got an invitational event.
Ooh.
I've got an invitational event that doesn't involve that sleazy guy coming up to me in the paddock.
Yeah, he was creepy as fuck.
Checkpoint challenge in the 76 Ferrari or overtake challenge in the 2004 Ferrari. I think I'll go 70s. I'll do this really quickly because you're still driving your thing. And once I'm done, I'll do my stupid interview with Robot Lee Mackenzie. We'll do some multiplayer, and then I desperately medically need a shower.
Cool. And then I'll dive on and do my career race.
And I will no doubt come and annoy you on your stream at some point.
Cool.
Joe, I've just realised it's been 8 hours that I've been in and around this game today already.
And you still like it, which is a good sign.
I love it. I mean, I really am enjoying it. It's been a very rewarding experience. Although it's taken maybe 6 months off the life of my Sauber Polo shirt. So I think the underarms are rotting. Okay, from a rolling start, race around the track to cover the target distance before the time runs out. No problem, amigo. Como estás? It's a Suzuka though, which I don't even know how this car handles.
Boo. Brake at the 150-meter board for everything. As opposed to the 100. That's what I was doing. I was still overshooting as well.
This handles way better than that fucking Sauber.
Okay, let's do, whilst you're doing that, let's have a go at... Come to me, Renault. I miss you. All is forgiven.
You having the classic Renault?
No, I'm just doing a quick short circuit 5-lapper with the modern day.
It is, mate, and it's glorious. It's a bit bouncy, but I am enjoying it. It just holds the line so much better. Except there when I brake like a twat, but normally. And I do like the sound design, I'm loving the engine noise. Oh, that gear change sound as well. Ugh. Pornographic. I actually quite like the short Suzuka circuit. It's pretty cool. It's quite good fun.
Especially if you can get side by side with someone.
So before the off,
No, that's scary.
Okay, be wary of the cars ahead braking suddenly into one. We could ruin our race if we hit them.
So you can ride the. This is a car for hairy-chested people. You can ride the curbs here and not immediately kill you. Oh shit! No! No! No!
Oh, the Renault feels so much better than the McLaren.
The weird thing about that McLaren is, in the games it's been in, it's always been the fastest car in that year, but or that group. But it's always been a bastard to drive. So you have to kind of unlock it. I don't think I'm going to pass this invitational event. That's embarrassing. No. No! Oh, I have passed it. Oh, thank God for that.
Are you alright? Engine off, engine off.
What's that you're driving?
When you lose it in this game, you didn't half lose it, didn't you?
Yeah. Oh, I just saw you crash. Oh. I'm enjoying watching you now.
I knew I'd gone in wide, but I didn't realise I was going to completely bung it up.
How is your car compared to the one in your career mode?
Hello, you crashed. Yes, I did. Trips Gaming. Oh, what car's that in your... Oh, it's a train. It looked like a 40
What?
Ford, but it's not. It's a train. I feel like they've simulated much more the grip on versus offline. Because I feel like I'm only just off some of the apexes. But it has such a sweeping effect because then the car just pirouettes round because it's all being a bit pathetic. I really like that.
Okay, so I didn't get an interview with Robot Lee Mackenzie. I don't know why she would only ever interview you after free practice 1 and never again, but apparently so.
Especially as you scored points on debut.
Exactly. You'd think that would qualify me for a bit of a chatteroo, but apparently not. Yeah, scared her off. It's true. It's my aggressive sexual magnetism. Hello, Lee. Right, I'm going to go back to the main menu.
Okay.
And prepare for a quick, short race with you online, and then I'm going to scarp her.
Now, do we want to
this apartment down.
Do we want to try it in El Public Lobby to see what the safety rating stuff is like?
Oh, you are a cheeky rascal. Yeah, why not? Ranked or unranked? So I guess we want ranked, huh?
Yeah, because if I'm gonna get a Z safety rating, I at least want to do it in a ranked setting.
Right, we're doing a 5-lap ranked. Oh, it's already put him into a session. Jesus.
That's all right. I'll be able to
I'll
join
back
you.
out.
Hang on. That's all right.
I don't know if you can. I don't know if it puts you with friends.
Normally it brings you up, or it did in the last game anyway, so that you could go, oh hello. Do you want a ranked game or create your own ranked session? Ranked.
Okay, you going in now?
Yeah.
For 5 laps?
Yeah.
Let's see if we're together. I hope we're together. It'd be funny. You're not here. I'm going to try a different car. Oh, I'm going to be the Badger. Channel the Badger. Oh, I can invite you, Simon.
Yeah, invite me in. Go for it. Thank you. Incoming!
We're in Singapore.
Oh, God.
One-shot qualifying as well. Where are you? Hurry up.
I'm still joining. It's taken a while to join, though.
I think it's because the host keeps migrating. Shit, the session's starting. Okay, backing out. Right, why don't... I'll join another one, and I'll invite you again.
Okay.
Just back out from that joining session, because the session's in progress now.
I have. I see it comes up showing that you're online. Why does it make it so difficult? Ah.
Right. Send you another one.
On it.
And this one's a bit fuller.
Cool. Joining the session.
Russia one-shot qualifying. Again, it's starting and you're not in.
That's alright. If it's one shot, I can still join for the race. It just seems to be mega slow in joining the sessions. That was me pouring a drink, not having a piss. Sorry. Just in case.
Alright, let's see what carnage we have here. I don't have a setup for Russia, so...
They don't really have a proper government, so I don't think they'd mind too much.
Yeah, you're still not on the players list.
It's still showing me as joining. It's taking forever. Unimpressive, code is unimpressive.
Okay, I'm just going to use default setup. It's put me in the Mercedes for some reason.
Interesting.
Because I picked the Williams. I feel like I'm in a shark's mouth.
It's just sitting here. Error failed to join session. Thanks.
Oh wow, under braking. Then
Excellent. I'm just trying to see if I can get to you another way. That's rubbish. In other games, when... Oh, there we go. Join session. Now it's saying... Here we go.
We lost a bit of time there. I wonder where I'm going to qualify.
Well, I have to say, the online
A lot of people crashed.
is terrible.
I qualified second.
Oh, wow.
But by 0.005 of a second.
Wow.
Sweet. I know, I've impressed myself there with that.
Well, clearly, I'm either got a poor connection or it's just not liking because it's not letting me join anything.
Anything at all? Can't you get into your own game?
Nope.
Well, that sucks. There we go, we found the first problem. Once I'm done here, why don't we try and see if we can't get into an online co-op together?
Yeah, yeah.
Because that's kind of vital to what we've got planned tomorrow. But the failcast will go ahead whatever happens, right? And we'll just do our career modes if we can't start.
Yeah, because we've been on hiatus for a few weeks, just various bits and bobs, and we have so much stuff to talk about. We need to get.
Oh, it's raining. We're on inters. No. Some people have really slow connections.
I wonder if it's just crumbling a bit under day one. In fact, I think it's crashed my game now. Oh, Cody's. It was going so well. Yeah, it's crashed my game.
Oh, son of a bitch. Of course, immediately someone crashes into me. Thanks for that.
Did that affect your safety rating or theirs, I wonder?
Yes, it did. I got a warning for it.
Ugh.
I'm retiring from that session because I'm so far back now. I can't recover.
I'm going to have to quickly restart this stream because the game is now stuck searching for a ranked session, but it's not actually searching. It's crashed. So I'll be back online in about 10 seconds. So if you're watching, guys, I'll be back very, very quickly. Sorry about this. Stupid Codemasters. Should we go?